What if the real reason why you're stuck is because this narrative about female empowerment that was supposed to empower women actually taught women to play small? Sounds harsh? Good. It should. Because some of the loudest messages that we call empowerment today are quietly stealing your ambition. So today, we're going to break that illusion. But why does this matter? Because this isn't about politics. It's about power. Your power. When we absorb the wrong beliefs about ourselves, our chances, or the system, we don't just think smaller. We actually become smaller. And we don't even notice it happening. Now, I've worked in C-suite leadership roles. I've advised business owners and coached high-performing leaders across industries and continents. I've also rebuilt my life after trauma, left an abusive relationship, and I walked again after doctors told me I probably never would. So I've seen it from every angle, what breaks people and what builds them. This is about unlearning the quiet beliefs that keep powerful people stuck. And since you're here today, I'm guessing you are one of those powerful people. Let's start with a popular line. Women are behind. Behind in funding, behind in pay, behind in leadership. Now, sure, that's what the stats say, until you actually look at how those stats are calculated. Take venture capital funding. I've raised and helped raise hundreds of millions in venture capital funding, and yes, women get less, but fewer women even apply for a VC, and even fewer build high growth tech companies, which is what VC is designed to fund. So women getting less funding is not discrimination, that's math. But it's being packaged to you as you are at a disadvantage. But the narrative doesn't care. It keeps hammering that you're behind, you have it harder, and you are at a disadvantage. And if you hear that enough times, it becomes your reality. Your brain is wired to seek evidence for anything that you believe to be true. So you'll start finding it. You also show up expecting to be underestimated. So you speak with hesitation. So people hesitate back. And suddenly it's not a narrative, it's your life. Somewhere along the way, victimhood got a rebrand. Now it's called empowerment. Struggling loudly gets applause, and owning your ambition gets side eyes. We've made it socially more acceptable to talk about how hard it is to be you, and then to say, I want more and I'm going to get it. Now, we might think that that's a compelling story to tell, but here's the truth. You don't build power by declaring pain. You build power by refusing to be defined by it. Sure, there is discrimination in this world. There's systemic discrimination in this world. There are biases in this world. But that's not what we're talking about here. We are talking about the narratives that we tell ourselves in our minds, which are just making those things worse. Because you're allowed to have high standards, you're allowed to want wealth, you're allowed to lead unapologetically. So stop explaining your ambition and start executing it. The real issue isn't really the system. It's the beliefs that we have silently inherited. Things like, I won't be taken seriously, I have less chances of being picked, men have it easier, or I should tone it down. Do any of these sound familiar? Because I've heard them, I've thought some of those, but they aren't facts, they are scripts. And most of us are running someone else's script, even without knowing it. And the thing is, beliefs shape behavior, and behavior shapes results. So if you believe that people won't listen to you, you will start speaking less clearly. And if you believe that you will be judged, you'll just water yourself down. And the world responds not to who you are, but who they perceive you to be and who you've become to stay safe. So you might have been told that you're disadvantaged. But what if you're actually not? What if the belief that you're behind is the actual thing holding you back? Now imagine that for a second and think about what your life would look like. What if the most radical thing you could do is to stop seeing you as someone who needs help, and you'd start seeing yourself as someone who builds empires? don't need a softer world. You need a sharper mindset. So here's the question. What beliefs are you still running? Because if you're chasing success but still carrying the same old beliefs, then you're building a castle on sand. And if you're serious about getting beyond those beliefs, check the caption. I've linked something special for you. But whether you're a founder, a leader, or just tired of playing small, this is where your next level begins. And if this hit home, share it. Send it to someone who's ready to stop shrinking and replace those beliefs with the mindset of someone who doesn't wait to be chosen. Because no one's coming to crown you. Go put that crown on yourself.